something I've experienced in myself, and I believe other people experience this, is a temptation to not look at certain things that are going on because we don't like what it feels like when we think about those things. We find it, I feel upset, or I feel scared, or I feel angry. I don't want to feel angry, those sorts of feelings. And I think quite often, I certainly noticed it during the last, that period, 2020 to 2022, there were a lot of people who just wanted, I just want to feel okay. I just want to feel okay. I don't want to think about whether this is really bad for my child. I don't want to think about it because that's just too horrible to think about. So what might you say to those people about how they can help themselves to sort of think about some of these things and not be too worried about how it's going to make them feel?
It's an important one because there's a lot of people suffering from anxiety, depression because of what's going on. And you have to touch in with yourself. So when you feel that it's triggering, then you find what makes you smile. Like for me, I look at comedies and things like that. Like my trade is comedians. Paul Smith in the UK, just and I can watch that and he's abusing the people on the front stage and it's so funny. And then you switch off. So I I'm totally in touch when I'm going down the rabbit hole and everything. I feel the emotion, I feel the pain, but I'm able to switch away. And if you can't do that, you need to find out why. And you need to kind of look what's actually like, whether it's a walk in nature, grounding, painting, doing something, and then do that till you're okay. And then you can look again. But what happens is people going to do it and then they either keep doing it and then they're just miserable. And that's not helping anybody. And then they're kind of like you said, they're just shouting the message as if like, I'm right, you're wrong. And it's all down to each person because you don't realize how powerful we are because like by you being standing in your own feet, your own ground, and you're all totally in control of your emotions, you're not coming across in anxious way or depressed way or something like that. And you're able to, it's not that we don't have a blues day or something like that. That happens. And it's like, then you take a step back and then you kind of touch in with yourself as well. So if you find that these things are triggering you, you have to realize, okay, it shouldn't trigger me. Why is it triggering me? Okay, what do I like in life? And then start doing that. Then you get out of the figure because you cannot have two emotions at once. You can't be angry and happy. So you just switch it. You can split it like that. It's like addiction or whatever. People say, oh, I go to a therapist for 20 years and I'll listen. Oh, brilliant businessman. The reality is you can do it yourself in a split second. You just make a decision. So you have to touch in with yourself and just do things like breathing, walking in nature, barefoot, sun gazing. Even some people say, oh, it's dangerous. I beg to differ, but just even swimming in the sea, different things, walking on the beach, and find what you love. There has to be things that you love. And if you don't love things, like ask yourself why. You need to start experimenting and just look at different things. And that way, then when you're going down the rabbit hole and you find that you're getting triggered, step away. Don't keep going. Like you have to step away if you're finding that you're dreaming about it or that it's the topic of conversation all the time. Then you know that that emotion has taken over you. It's like, let's call it a negative emotion. And you need to step away, that you become more in tune with yourself. So I don't think a therapist or anybody can do that. It's only you. You know how you feel. And you just have to find what, like it's music. Do you like music? Listen to that music. Do you like reading books? Like the amount of times I talk to somebody, I love reading books. And everything. When's the last time you read it? I don't have time. I make sure I read books. I make sure I listen to podcasts. I'm still busy. I still do a lot of things. It's like, why, like if we don't know when our day is over. You have to enjoy every day. So make sure you include everything that you love in your day. Like cooking, you like cooking. I love cooking. Make sure you're doing different things, experimenting, everything. You're not in a negative state when you're cooking if you enjoy cooking. And so start cooking, start getting experiment and stop talking about these things that affect you. So that's what I would say. Touch in with yourself.